Join us again today for another unboxing. Today it will be Dirt Cheap Dungeons Gnoll Terrain Set. Welcome back, everybody, and to any of you new folks. We're going to be doing another unboxing today. Unlike our others, this is not a BattleTech unboxing because there's not really any new BattleTech stuff to unbox at the moment. But as soon as there is, we'll have it. So today, this is an item from Dirt Cheap Dungeons. I got this from their Kickstarter campaign. This is the Gnoll, that's Gnoll, the hyena people, set of outdoor terrain. I haven't opened it yet, so this will be a total surprise for all of us. I'm still waiting on the other half, which was, I believe, the Owlbear set, but those haven't shipped yet. That's a much larger set. But anyway, let's see what we have here. So let's hope I don't spend the next 5 minutes just trying to get into it. Which is probably what's going to happen now. Very nice box, by the way. Alright, so we have a set of instructions, although this should all be relatively self-explanatory. So the big thing here is the hills, which you can see that's a dividing mark for the two 1-inch squares on the hill. And then, if you want, you can cap it with a rough top like that to make it taller. And so there's a number of these hill sets in here. And then we have a larger base where you can see, if you can see the divisions there, there's 6 squares on that. Then going up, there are 4 on here, and then again capping it with a rough top if you want to. So the system allows you to build up to the desired height, or to have 3 separate hills should you desire. And then here's a really, really long one. And the next step up. And the next step up from that. And then finally, the top. So, in hindsight, I should have brought some miniatures to compare these. So each of the sets also comes with a boatload of accessories.
Technical terms.
Yes. Not a ton, not a lot, a boatload. So you got lots of rocks here, which I actually honestly thought were rocks when I just opened it. Got some logs, assorted shields. I believe those are boots. So that's yeah, armor breastplate, swords, just all kinds of little bits and baubles to lay around everywhere. So yeah, so these are single color plastic, or maybe a little bit of a paint job on them, or it's just the plastic itself. These are obviously just like single colored, and the rocks are more or less single color. But the plastic, you know, it's sturdy enough plastic, so definitely be nice little hills and whatnot. And as you can see, all kinds of accessories to decorate the dungeon or the countryside or whatever. And yeah, so that's the smaller set. There's another set in between this one and the other one that I ordered. The other one, whose name totally escapes me at the moment, I'm sure it's some other fictional D&D creature, based on the fact this is a Gnoll set and the other one's an Owlbear set. I believe those are also shipping right now. I do know, if I recall correctly, you had the option to get the hills in different colors. You could go for green or brown, possibly white, I think was also an option. So now that I have some of these, I have a whole lot of trees from a non-Dwarven Forge company that I believe is it's Monster something miniatures. I will put the name down in the comments, or it'll be pictured down below from whenever I edit this and feel like an idiot because I can't remember the name of it. But I have a bunch of their trees, and they have different canopies. They can go from green to autumn to winter, and so I bought those and these so that I wouldn't have to try to decorate above ground with incredibly expensive Dwarven Forge stuff throughout the whole thing, and can maybe get by with just some buildings. Maybe. We'll see. It's an addictive hobby. But anyway, like I said, these look like they're going to work out pretty well. Yeah, some nice scatter stuff here. Definitely worth checking out. This company also makes a castle system, which is where they started. That's already available on their website. And one of the things you can do with it is they also have like clear plates to put between the levels of the castle. So like whatever level that your people are coming in on, you can lift up the rest of the castle so you can see what's going on, and then move around the levels easily. So but yeah, this will be for above ground stuff, not dungeon stuff. So we'll in a future video we are going to do the monster terrain also, because I just got their stuff about a month ago and I haven't gone through it all yet. But yeah, now that I've got this and I have some Dwarven Forge above ground stuff, I'll probably do a comparison video too. I mean, the Dwarven Forge, like, spoiler alert, the Dwarven Forge stuff's going to look 1,000 times better than the other two. But the Dwarven Forge stuff, like, what this cost me, I could buy, like, a tree. Okay? So, it's awesome looking stuff, but all of this, or a tree. Like, there comes the time when you need to cut a few corners if you're not made of money. So my players get the prestige experience in the dungeon below ground. I got plenty of terrain for that. Above ground, it's gonna be a little more hit and miss. So until they start chipping in. So for any of those of you who are part of my team, crew, player base, whatever you want to call yourselves, group, assemblage, the cabal perhaps, feel free to chip in at any time. Just throw that out there. So anyway, yeah.
I have. You just haven't asked for any of my stuff.
So yeah, I think that's about it. Yeah. So, not really a whole lot else to say about this stuff. Like I said, I think it's going to be worthwhile. Once I get an actual field test of it, we'll probably do another video. It'll probably come up in the comparison video. So, anyway, all looks great. For the cost, it is great. So, and in case you didn't see me taking these out, the secondary pieces all fit inside, so they're very easy to store. And just in case you like lose them, looks like they're named on the inside as well. Yeah, this will be the small, and hence you could, in case you get them mixed up, the small lid. This one is a medium. I'm assuming that means this one's a large. Yeah. Don't know, hopefully you can see that in there. But yeah. So, there you go. Definitely, once I get a good setup for our campaign with a bunch of stuff above ground, we'll get some pictures and hopefully some video so you can actually see it in action with some minis. And we might even just film a little short and tack in somewhere in here. So if at some point in this video it's cut out and gone to a different video with this thing with miniatures, that's what happened. Here you can see a sample setup of the terrain, complete with some miniatures. These are WizKids D&D miniatures, complete for scale. You see most of them are medium, like these guys and the dragon here. This guy's a large figure to give you an idea on height and base size. A couple small figures here and there. But this should just give you an idea of what you can do just with some of the random smattering of miniatures that we had on hand here. So this is what it looks like with D&D miniatures. And here is what it looks like using BattleTech miniatures if you're going to go for something like Alpha Strike, where you don't use the hexes and instead you just use a measuring tape. You can use the hex grid if you want to, but this is just an example of how to use this terrain for that purpose. And obviously you wouldn't use the scatter here, except maybe the logs, I suppose, because there are trees as tall as battle mechs, so those could be useful, maybe the rocks, but you don't use the swords and everything because you're using battle mechs, not, you know, fantasy miniatures.
And you have nice level markers in the heels.
Yes, as Chad pointed out to me when we were kind of looking at this, trying to figure out which miniatures to use, you could conceivably use these to denote the height levels for the terrain. You know, the base is 0 and, or is it 1? I think it's
0.
1. Yeah. 0 to 1 to 2 to 3. And just offhand, without knowing, I think Battle Mechs R3, the normal ones, so that comes out about right. The Atlas being a little bit taller, probably would be closer to the 4. It and I believe the Executioner is actually the tallest Battle Mech, or at least it was during the Clan Invasion. And it'd be about that height, so it's pretty close. It's close enough for the game, I would say. You know, my opinion. However, I'm more of a hex map kind of guy. But if you don't want to go without them, again, this is very cheap and it works. And yeah, you can go, you get your flat surface there. You got the jump jet variants. So, you know. So yeah, there you go. There's another game system you could use this stuff for if you're so inclined. Okay. So, anyway. Appreciate you watching, and you know, all the stuff. If you enjoyed what you saw, want to know more, hit the like, subscribe, make some comments, tell me what you think of this stuff. If there's anything I can do to better convey what we have here, any kind of questions you have about this, what you might want to see in future unboxings and product reviews and the like, so we can give you a more thorough breakdown of what we're dealing with here, because I know this was kind of a, you know, not really a whole lot of razzle-dazzle here. Like this is it. It's dirt cheap dungeons. Like, names on the box. You get what you're paying for. Also, like I said, sturdy box. There's a picture of the contents, I think. Yeah. Oh no, that's not the contents. Well, it's not supposed to have trees. No. So that's almost the contents. Those trees are not here, but I don't believe they were supposed to be, because I don't remember trees being in this Kickstarter. So, but yeah, they should really take those trees out of that picture.
Or they're showing you other products they also have to try and get you to go, hey, you can get a little bit more as well.
Oh, no, it's the little asterisk that's down here. Yeah. Miniatures, trees, and grid not included. So, there you go. That's why they're running a corporation and I'm not. Or at least they have decent lawyers. So, anyway, folks, like I said, any questions, put them down there in the comments. Anything about the presentation, good, bad, otherwise. Think they look like trash, tell me. Think they look great, tell me. Us. Like I said, we'll try to do a comparison video once we have some of the other terrain stuff that we've done some videos for, because that is something that I would like to show, just to give you an idea of what varying amounts of money can get you in this particular market. So, because there is, there's differences. Dwarven Forge is awesome, but there are even if you're not on a budget, Dwarven Forge doesn't make hills like this. Okay? Dwarven Forge makes escarpments. Sorry. They make mountain pieces that you can buy a bajillion of to stack up to actually try to make a mountain. Which obviously you're not making a mountain out of this either, but my point is it can get expensive. So, but it'll look fantastic. Like, don't get me wrong. If I had the money, I'd have a Dwarven Forge mountain and a castle to sit on top of it. But who wouldn't? So, anyway, thank you folks for watching, and we will see you later.